Rod Stewart didn't arrive at stardom on a silver platter. There was no famous family name, no music industry connection pulling strings behind the scenes. What he had was a throat that sounded like gravel and fire, a record collection full of imported American blues, and a hunger that wouldn't quit. Growing up in North London in the mid-1960s, Roderick David Stewart, son of a Scottish tradesman, was already drifting away from any conventional future. While other young men were thinking about careers, he was haunting jazz clubs, tracking down rare blues records, and looking for anyone willing to let him near a microphone. That search eventually led him to Long John Baldry, the respected British blues figure who gave Stewart his first real platform. By Stewart's own account, he owed Baldry everything. What happened next was a masterclass in being in the right place at the right time, and making the most of it. A chance encounter in a late-night London club brought Stewart face-to-face with guitarist Jeff Beck, who was assembling a new group after leaving the Yardbirds. Beck wanted the best vocalist he could find. Stewart got the call. Joining them on bass was a young Ron Wood, a musician whose relaxed personality masked serious creative instincts. The three of them, along with a volatile lineup around them, formed the Jeff Beck Group, a band that confused British critics but absolutely electrified American audiences during their 1968 debut tour. Stewart's stage fright was real in those early days. On one occasion, he reportedly sang his entire set from behind the amplifiers before the crowd response gave him enough confidence to step forward. But the voice itself was never in question. Raw, raspy, and deeply soulful, it carved through every room it entered. When the Jeff Beck Group eventually fell apart, Stewart and Wood found a new home among the remnants of the Small Faces, forming the Faces, a loose, celebratory, gloriously chaotic rock band that treated every performance like a party that might or might not survive the night. The chemistry was real and immediate. Stewart has described Wood as essentially a brother, someone who shared his humor, his instincts, and apparently his haircut. The tension came from outside the band. Stewart had signed a solo deal with Mercury Records before joining the Faces, which created a quiet but growing resentment among his bandmates. When he released Every Picture Tells a Story in 1971, featuring a throwaway B-side called Maggie May, a loosely autobiographical song about a teenage encounter at a jazz festival, radio programmers flipped the single over and everything changed. Both the album and single hit #1 simultaneously in the UK and the United States, making Stewart the first British solo artist to achieve that double feat in both countries at the same time. From there, the Faces quietly became his backing band in the public eye, whether he intended that or not. The band eventually dissolved, and Stewart relocated to Los Angeles as a tax exile, a move that shifted his music as dramatically as it shifted his postcode. Polished soul productions, disco experiments, and the massive global hit Do Ya Think I'm Sexy followed, records that enraged rock purists, but sold in the millions. What's remarkable isn't the controversy. It's the longevity. Stewart outlasted the blues boom, punk, disco, and the MTV era by simply refusing to stand still. Love him or argue with him, the voice always remained, undeniable, unmistakable, and still going. If you found this story worth your time, a like and subscribe goes a long way in helping us bring more stories like this one to you.